Hello everybody, I am Lucas from LoukasArts, and today we are in the latest snapshot. We are showcasing these elemental banners I have made in vanilla Minecraft. They are pretty cool, and they will give you the power based on the elemental picture on the banner. Obviously this one being the earth or life elemental banner, having a tree on the front. Let's step on this, and as you can see, after doing that, we have a nice piece of green stained glass on our heads to show which group we are in. We have the regeneration and resistance effect there, so now if I just hop off top this bedrock tower and jump down here, as you can see I did not lose much health and regenerated it very quickly. Now if I don't fall down there again, if I go around to the, for goodness sake, if I go around to the fire elemental now, as you can see, if I step on this one, we get a nice red piece of stained glass on our head. We have strength 3 and fire resistance, which is all pretty cool. I have this little piggy down here, which I can kill very easily with my hand, and I could grab that pork if I wanted to. I also have some lava here, which I can swim around quite nicely and not take any damage. So I'm just going to hop out here and show you the water banner. Ooh. What did I just take damage from then? I don't know. So after these effects just wear off, the fire, I will show you the water banner because of course it does clear my fire resistance effect, which would not be very good right now. In fact, I'm just gonna, there we go. So now we'll move on to the water elemental banner. If I step on here, I have the nice blue stained glass, I have speed 3 and night vision. So if I just, as you can see, I'm already running faster anyway, so if I just jump down here and hit this button, as you can see I'm hopped down here. Now it is incredibly dark down here, however we don't know that because we have the night vision on. Grab my milk. As you can see, it's actually very dark. So now I'm going to hop into creative mode and show you how all these banners work. They're all pretty cool, and I thought it would use the nice effects of the new banners. So if I hop down here, just by digging down a little bit, here we are in the banner room. Now I'm just going to stop all these redstone blocks to stop some lag, and I'm going to give myself that night vision effect again, just because it's very nice and handy when you're trying to see in the dark. That's nice, and I also get a bit of speed. Anyway, so I'm just going to stop these clocks real quick so that we don't get as much lag while I go through the redstone. There we go. If you don't know how to stop a redstone block clock, you just type some random things in. There we go. So now we are free to roam and do as we wish without lag. So what these are basically doing, we have these redstone block clocks constantly executing this command, which is test for at P radius 2. That is directly under the flag, so if there is a player in a radius of 2 of that command block, aka on top of this block here where the flag is, then that will start up the chain of commands here. So what this will do is it will start off by setting the block 5 blocks down, which is the block right above this piece of redstone here, to a redstone block, and then it will fill that same block with air. So basically the block it is filling, if I just grab some iron, is this one right here. Now what this will do is it will start off this whole circuit. It will first of all clear any effects this player has, making sure that they do not have any of the effects from the previous banners. It will also give them a stained glass depending on what banner they chose. This one happens to be stained glass 5, which is lime stained glass for the earth elemental. Then it will actually give them an effect. Now this is where I got really annoyed because I've been giving myself random effects, trying to figure out which one was which by just typing effect, my character's name, and then 11, and then 12, and then 13, try to find the right effects. Then I realised we're in Snapshot, and I could have just wrote Minecraft and then the effect's name, so I recommend doing this. However, I cycled through all of these. I then affected the player with resistance, which is 11 if you really wanted to know that. Then regeneration, this is when I got a little smarter and started putting in the ID tags. And then I just kind of rinsed and repeated. This is the fire elemental. The block would be placed there. This then again clears the effects. Gives them a red piece of stained glass, or 14. This then gives them strength, and this one gives them some fire resistance. Then move on to the water elemental. The reason I didn't do water breathing for this is because I thought that'd be kind of useless in like an environment you would use this, maybe like a PvP where you'd have to kind of join teams based on their effects. So I gave them speed and night vision instead, and the blue piece of stained glass to show that they were using the water elemental's powers. So if I got there, if you really want me to, I will show you how to make these flags. However, if you just wanted to stick around to watch how those commands worked, you can stop now. However, if all you want to know how to make these funky patterns, stick around. So here's my flag making area. This is where I made some of these funky patterns. These 3 are from a Reddit forum, I think, somewhere. This one I made myself, but this has probably been made thousands of times before. But here are the 3 I used for the elementals. So how I did this, well, you can actually quite simply see by grabbing these banners. So as you can see here, I started off with a light blue banner with white gradient, light blue bottom stripes. I used light blue thing, which is the Mojang symbol, and a white border. So I will recreate that for us now. So the first thing we used was a light blue banner. We gave it a white gradient, I believe, yes. So we will grab some bone meal. We then give it a blue thing, a light blue thing. So let's grab some light blue dye. And we will need a golden apple to do the Mojang symbol. And finally we gave it a white border. And of course we gave it that light blue bottom stripe. So we have all of the things we need to make the water elemental banner in our inventory now. So how we did this is we started off by giving it the white gradient, which is done like so. We made this Y shape and put in our banner. So here we have the light blue gradient. Then we gave it the light blue bottom stripe. So we're going to take our light blue dye. In fact, we are going to take a stack of it, and we are going to make a stripe along the bottom. Just that simple. And that kind of thickens up the bottom area to make it look like water. So that's what we did. Then what we did was, as you can see, added the light blue thing, which is the Mojang symbol. We just put our golden apple in there, our flag, and of course some light blue dye. That will make it blend in with that bottom area, make it look like a wave. And of course the last thing we did was we gave it a white border. And that's how I made the water elemental flag. There we go. Pop that down. Voila, magic. Now the fire elemental flag uses the ox-eye daisy pattern. If I grab one of those, this will be a little cheaper if you want to actually make this in survival. We will need an orange banner, so let's grab that. There we go. And we'll need some orange and red dyes as it looks. So let's grab some orange dye and some red dye and make this banner. So what we started off doing is by getting an orange banner and giving it a red gradient. We should all know how to do that from the last flag. There we go. There's our red gradient. Then what we did was we gave it an orange border. So we did this actually second this time, so we could overlay that sun pattern so that it doesn't look like it is blended into the background, rather over the top of it. So then after that we did the orange flower and then the red circle. So let's put this back in the centre, the offset. So we'll put in our daisy and we did the orange flower, not the red flower. There we go. And finally we have the red spot in the middle by the final rose red dye. And that is how we made that. Oh no, there's one thing I did wrong there actually. I forgot I gave it a red border rather than an orange border, silly me. This one I actually did orange then red for some reason because I messed it up. Let me actually just redo that and show you guys what it will look like. So guys, a quick tip for all you guys who did not know, you can actually right click in a cauldron to reset your banners. As you can see, I have back the orange gradient banner now. You can do this in survival or creative, but But yeah, let's just run through those again. So we actually was supposed to give it a red border, not an orange border. Silly me. Then give it a orange daisy, oh no, in this box. So we give it an orange daisy. Put our banner in there. Oh, you get back there. Finally, that red spot in the centre. And there is our fire elemental banner. Now the earth elemental banner is the next one. There's the fire elemental banner. The only difference with this one and this one is this has a slight oranger outline there. You can barely see it. This one not as much, but this one you would save on dies, so make this one. This one has pretty much no change. So now we have the forest elemental banner. And you can now see the items in my inventory we will be required to make this. So first of all we have the light blue banner. What we did to this, as you can see, is we give it a brown centre stripe, so this needs to be offset actually slightly. We will just simply put our cocoa beans down the centre. Here's our brown centre stripe, that is going to be the stem. Then we give it that light blue top stripe. If I just put a stripe across the top of our crafting table, that is how we get that top stripe. Let's just put our die away. Here's our top stripe, then I believe we give it a brown border. So let's take the rest of our cocoa beans and do that. So there is a brown border. Now it's as simple as giving it a green daisy for the leaves. And you could stop here, however, it's just nice to add the final touch of the green spot in the middle to finish off that leaf pattern. And there we go, we have a replica version of the earth elemental. So guys, that is actually it for this video. I hope you like it. If you did, do leave a like, it's very appreciated. And of course subscribe for more Minecraft content. Do comment down below on what you'd like to see next time. And as always guys, there's only one thing left to say. Let me take this glass in my head. You guys all know that. Goodbye.